Hello and welcome to the Disgustingly Healthy Relationship Podcast.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Lewis.
And yes, we really are that couple.
But before you roll your eyes, know this. We're not here to give you perfect Instagram relationship tips.
We're here to talk about real life messy struggles, big decisions, migration dramas, parenting, and the growth that comes with it all.
And how we keep our relationship disgustingly healthy throughout.
So, if you're ready for the chaos, the tears, and the laughter, then let's play.
Hello and welcome back. It's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Yeah. And we're parents.
We are parents now.
We have a baby.
It's crazy, really, isn't it?
We literally say this every single day, like, oh my God, we have a baby.
I know. It's still a bit surreal for me.
Yeah, it hasn't sunk in. And I think the whole pregnancy, I was like, oh my God, we're going to have a baby. Oh my God, we're going to have a baby. I thought when the baby was here, I would accept that we have a baby, but still every day we're like, oh my God, we have a baby. Like, is there a moment where it's actually going to be like normal and we're just going to be okay with it? Not that we're not okay, but are we just going to accept that this is part of our lives? Do you know what I mean?
Know. I have no idea. I feel like we just have to wait and find out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, unless anyone has any insight, then please do share, because obviously first-time parents, not sure what to expect. Not that it's a huge problem anyway, but no. It's just funny, isn't it? We're like, oh my God, we have a baby. Not that we forget and leave her at a bassinet for hours or something.
No chance. But yeah, crazy. We're parents, and
it's just like exciting, isn't it?
It's like,
oh my God, we're back. And she honestly is the sweetest, cutest little thing. Obviously, parent bias, don't care. It's not even parent bias.
It's not. She is a really cute baby,
and she's just easy.
Yeah, she's
we obviously don't have any comparison because we've not had any other babies of our own, but having worked with children and having a good understanding. Having a good understanding from our friends and things.
For sure. I feel like easy. She seems,
touch wood, staying humble, because things can change very quickly.
Absolutely. So for today's episode, we are going to dive into our birth story.
Yes.
Now, just a little trigger warning: if you do not like the words poop and blood and shit and
poop and shit are the same thing.
Anything I know, but it's different words. Right? Anyway, if you don't like that,
perhaps not the episode for you.
No, this isn't the episode for you. So,
and then obviously on that note as well, talking about childbirth and having babies and things can also be a trigger for families in the trying to conceive community. So
for sure, and we
respecting, just acknowledging that,
Yep, and we want to be respectful to people who might not have had a positive birth, with that too. So
just framing it as like this is a very positive birth story.
Yeah,
and if you're pregnant and worried about birth, then definitely listen in if you're feeling up for it, because I feel like there's so many negative birth stories that we hear, like even just on television, on EastEnders or Coronation Street or Australian soaps, like whatever they're even called. We don't watch telly, but they're always negative. Like there's always so much drama, like the woman's waters break in the middle of the pub and then they're rushing to the toilet and the hospital. And then she's screaming and then her legs are up in stirrups in the hospital. And then there's this big drama. And there's just like, when do you ever really see a beautiful, peaceful, positive birth story? And then there's obviously like the women at work that want to share their story, because they just want to feel heard or whatever, for whatever reason. But then that's not always a positive one. And people say, oh, just wait until the pain starts, or just wait until the head comes through, or just wait. There's all those kind of negative connotations that surround birth. So I'm actually really glad that we're able to share a positive one, and listen in if you want that, if you want to hear a positive birth story, because this is it.
Absolutely. So starting off, we actually started our journey within the midwifery group program. It's called MGP here on the Gold Coast. And I have to say, it's everything that we ever asked for, really, in terms of support going into birth, ethics and values, again heading into birth. It was just, I had a great experience, and I didn't even give birth.
10 out of 10. Like the idea that surround, like how we wanted to have our birth basically was like no medical interventions, for me to just be able to trust my body, listen to the signs and the cues, and to really just be able to go inward, and to have a water birth, and to not feel the pressure of the medical system, basically not to feel their kind of weight. I mean, I'm sure many of you have had birth experiences, but a lot of the time medical professionals can rush to intervene too quickly and unnecessarily. So we didn't want to feel that pressure. And yeah, 10 out of 10, like standard of care, like
Yeah,
incredible.
absolutely.
Fully supported all our views and wishes, some of which maybe have been considered like not necessarily conventional or standard.
Mm.
But regardless, like we just felt so respected, so safe, so held, like throughout the whole process of pregnancy, and then obviously up till birth and during and after.
Mm.
Like honestly, we can't sing the praises of the MGP group
Yeah,
high enough. It was at the Tugun Satellite Hospital, anyway,
yeah,
if you're wondering. But um, yeah, so from the get go, like we already had such a good foundation
yeah, we did.
because they do so much birth education. They really try and help you understand what's going to happen with your body, what the different stages of labor are, and what your options are. You know, if you did want to manage pain relief. And then we also did hypno-birthing as well with
Yeah, we did.
Shari Lyon. Also, if you are on the Gold Coast, or she does online as well,
She
would
does.
definitely recommend her
Yeah, 100%.
class. But
Like,
essentially, it just allows you um to like use your body as pain relief, essentially. Like use your breath work, use your breath to manage your contractions, and to use visualization to kind of go inwards a little, and not become too consumed by the idea of birth being a scary thing, because it's not. It's the most natural thing in the world. Like we are designed to be able to do this as women.
mm,
So we had so much information in a good way. You know, we just felt we went into it feeling so empowered, didn't we? We
yeah,
knew
we
our
did.
rights, what we could say no to.
Yeah,
We knew what to expect. And obviously we were so open to it not going to plan as well,
yeah,
because yeah, like, you know, it's a baby, it's our body, you know, and anything could happen. But from the get-go, we were so well set up, weren't we?
yeah, for sure. And like, even for dads and partners out there who aren't necessarily super involved in the whole birthing process of child coming out,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much you can actually do to help your partner with pain relief and like timings and just taking control of any situation that needs to happen if it does need to happen in the birthing, I guess, sequence.
Yeah, so
Would you say?
essentially, yeah. So like if I'd said to Lewis, any questions that they ask, or if they're talking about any sort of intervention, just tell them they need to go through you first. I just want to stay in my zone, and I do not want to be interrupted by men in white coats essentially asking me if I want an episiotomy, which is literally cutting between your vagina and your bumhole.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't happen, by the way, but you know, that's just a random example. Like I just wanted Lewis to be able to take charge essentially, and because I knew he knew all the same information as me, I could fully trust that he would, I don't know, like say the right thing,
Step
or
into it.
yeah, like I could just trust that his decision would be the best decision
Yeah,
based on what we knew that we wanted. So
yeah.
I literally could not have done it without Lewis. Like honestly, best birth partner in the whole world.
Thank you.
Ah, you're
Very
welcome.
kind.
Not that I've had many birth partners, you know, but
Excuse me. I think there's only one time in that in our whole journey that I had to sort of put my foot down and say like, no, we're doing this.
oh yeah, we'll get to that. That was at the end, wasn't
It
it?
was at the end,
Yeah,
yeah, but
okay.
we'll get to that.
So let's
Anyway,
dive right in.
let's
Where did
dive
it
in.
really begin? Like labor?
Labor began.
Oh, we went for a Nando's that night.
Yeah, we did. It was on due date.
Oh, actually, so yeah, on due date, I had an appointment with my midwife,
Yeah.
and I was rather sprightly. And she said, "Oh, you definitely don't look like someone that's about to go into labor anytime soon."
Mm-hmm.
And then I had an acupuncture session,
Yeah.
um, and it was like a labor induction session. So essentially, the whole point is to try and bring on labor, like, or you know, kickstart the hormonal cascade that brings on labor. So yeah, that night, me, you, and mum went to Nando's because my mum was here,
Yeah, we did.
and had a big feed. Went to bed about 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 11:30 p.m. I woke up, bam, contraction. And
Mm.
I was like, whoa, okay. Like it woke me out of my sleep. And I'd had a few fake contractions
Prior.
prior for like
Mhm.
about 2 weeks before. Kind of just like crampy period pain type feelings, you know, maybe a little bit more intense. Oh, that's CC.
Yeah.
She's asleep on my boob actually. So if you hear any little squeaks in the background, it's just our little baby squish.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, so first contraction woke me up, and then I thought, oh, okay, like this could just be those fake
Yeah.
ones.
Braxton Hicks.
Yeah, I had Braxton Hicks as well, but that's different to fake
Oh, is it?
contractions.
I thought it
Yeah,
was the same thing.
no.
Oh.
So I thought I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna bother waking Lewis up because you know could be nothing. So I waited, and obviously was kind of trying to time the contractions, and they were like 3 minutes apart at this point. I thought, oh shit, that's isn't that what the midwife said? Is like, you need to
Mm.
kind of start considering going in. I thought, surely not. And then all of a sudden, I was freezing. Do you remember I had like the
Yeah,
shakes?
you woke me up and you're like, Lewis, I think something's happening. And I said, oh, it's just another fake one. Like, it's fine. Don't
Go back to
worry.
sleep.
Go back to sleep. And
This
then,
is after half an hour of me having
yeah.
contractions as well.
And then
I woke
I
you.
rolled over and was like, okay, I'm going to go back to sleep. And then you were adamant. You said, nope, it's absolutely happening. And then started shivering your head off. I was like, oh, okay, this isn't good.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
I was full body like convulsing, just like shaking. And I was like, oh, I think this is quite normal, but I don't remember anyone telling us about this part. And then I remember I had to run to the bathroom and spew
mm-hmm.
twice.
Yeah.
And that was awful after Nando's, just saying.
Yeah.
We probably didn't say at the beginning. We're going to talk about the word vomit. Oops. Oh well. And then that was it. Then I went inwards. Like I literally did not. We had no lights on. Like we didn't put any lights on. We had it completely dark, and obviously it was late at night anyway, so that was helpful. But we didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have any lamps or lights or nothing.
No, this is about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. Probably about
I
half
have no
12,
idea
1 o'clock.
concept of
Yeah.
time. Like I said, I just went fully inwards, and all I did the entire time was focus on my breathing. Big breath in, big breath out. I imagined it like a wave, which is what our hypnobirthing practitioner taught us. It's like imagine a big wave coming in, and then the wave crashing and going back out. And she said that's the same with contractions. Imagine them as a wave. So
Mm.
they were lasting about like a minute. So I would imagine a big wave kind of building and then come crashing down. And knowing that it was only going to last a minute, it really helped because I was like, okay, I can handle anything for a minute. You know, I can do a plank for a minute. I can I can sprint for a minute. I can
Yeah.
hold an ice cube in my hand for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I was quite confident I could handle anything for a minute. But yeah, I just went purely inward. Like imagine doing breath work for like 9 hours, which was the length of our labor. It was 9 hours. Like I was so zen,
Mm-hmm.
like just purely big breath in, big breath out. 9 hours of that, like I was so calm. Anyway, I'm kind of skipping ahead
Yeah, you
because
are.
I don't really know much after this because I
No.
just went inward.
So when you went inward, I was really concerned about tying all the times or timing all the times, to make sure that we didn't have to immediately go into the hospital. So you're meant to wait until there's, um, I think is it three contractions within a minute for 3 minutes or
No,
something like that?
within 10 minutes.
Oh, within 10 minutes. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Wow.
Three contractions
Yeah.
within 10 minutes for 2 hours.
Yeah, something like that. So we actually hit that point around 3 a.m., 3:30 a.m. So I rang the midwife and I was like, look, I think we need to come in. And she said, look, um, how's she feeling? Like, how are the sounds? And she was like, I can hear in the background, like Sarah's actually okay. Not quite the guttural sounds that you kind of get with labor. So we'll just leave it a minute. And I said,
Didn't
okay,
she say
cool.
something like, I know you want to have a low intervention birth, so it's
Yeah.
better to stay at home longer than it is to be at the hospital?
Yeah.
Because if you're at the hospital, the doctors there might
Well,
then start trying to talk about intervening, which she knew we didn't want, right?
yeah, yeah. So I missed that part.
Yeah.
Anyway, hung up the phone, and then 2 hours later, the guttural sounds came.
Hang on, let's talk about what we were doing to manage like the intensity of it all.
Okay.
Because I was laying down initially,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, like it's getting quite intense. And you're like,
Oh
I think
yeah.
you need to change position. I think you need to stand or something, wasn't it? Or like
I think you needed
lean
to
over the cushions on the
you
bed that we
needed to do
propped up.
the positions. It was almost like elbows down on the bed, but your hips were up a little bit, almost in like doggy style.
I think I remember that.
It was almost like
Yeah.
that. And then what I would do is apply like acupressure. So I would push Sarah's hips inwards to try and relieve the pain. So all that does is open up the
It's
pelvis.
called counter pressure.
What did I just call it?
Acupressure.
Acupressure. I keep on saying that.
Also, we didn't use the words pain throughout.
No, so we used
Intensity
intensity.
or
Yeah,
waves. How are the
yeah.
waves, the surges?
I meant to
How's the
mention
intent?
pain once, and you were like, "Don't say that word."
Yeah, at the very beginning, you were like, how's the pain? I was like, we're not using the word pain.
I
And
was
you were
like,
like, sorry, sorry, sorry.
literally tail between my legs, running away.
Because we've been taught in our hypnobirthing that it's
For
not
sure.
pain, or like not to view it as pain. Like pain is your arm getting chopped off, you know, or you're breaking your arm. You're in pain because it's a bad thing that's happened to you.
Yeah,
But with a contraction, it's a safe feeling. Like it's your body doing what it's meant to do. It's opening up, it's softening, it's changing shape. like it's moving, it's adjusting, like it's I told myself throughout the whole of my pregnancy that it's going to be a safe thing to feel.
Mm,
So when you call it pain, it instantly tells your brain that it's a bad thing and that it's a problem.
mm,
So we were just saying that it would be like a contraction was a wave, or the feeling was, how intense does it feel? Because it is fucking intense. Like it's the most intense thing I've ever experienced. But I still wouldn't say it was painful.
yeah,
Even now, I still wouldn't say it was painful.
of course. It's a good friend to
But no, like
go back.
genuinely, I didn't feel it as
Yeah,
pain because I told myself in my mind
yeah,
that this is a safe thing to feel
for sure.
and it's good.
Yeah. And it's kind of sad how people perceive it as the other as actual pain, you
I
know?
get it. Like if
Like
you were scared and you
for
weren't
sure.
prepared and didn't have the knowledge we had,
For sure.
100%,
Yeah.
I would think that it was painful and scary. And I would be like, is this normal? Is this
Mm.
okay? Should this be happening? And like, as soon as you're scared, anything can feel more painful, can't it?
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, I was applying counter pressure to Sarah's
It
hips
was a
in
godsend.
different positions to open up her hips, to help baby come down and
No, it's
help
basically
with
you're
contractions.
yeah, it's counter pressure. So as I'm having a contraction, you're pushing against the way that my pelvis is naturally pushing,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps alleviate the pain. So it's not necessarily to change the shape or bring baby down. It was just to help with the pressure when the contraction was happening,
Okay.
and that was a godsend. Like that,
Yeah.
I just remember like when a contraction was coming, I would say baby or do a noise
You
to be
make a
like
noise.
come back and
I think at one point you squeezed my hand because you couldn't talk.
oh yeah.
I think it was after you got sick. Now I don't deal well with vomit very well.
I know this
And
as well.
um I Sarah was hanging off the edge of the bed and
This was
just
at the
couldn't
beginning.
move. This is at the beginning. So I know we're looping back and forth, but anyway, it's an important thing to add in. Sarah's head was hanging off the edge of the bed, and I had to get the bin to catch her vomit essentially. And I was almost like I was trying so hard not to vomit um in that moment, and it didn't happen just the once. It happened a couple of times. How
Hmm.
um anyway, moving forward, I think this is round about like about 6 a.m.
I had no concept of time.
Yeah.
I like some point, like you were like an hour and a half's gone by, and
Mm,
I was having contractions every 3 minutes the whole time.
yeah.
So you'd think that it would be going slow for me, like contraction every 3 minutes lasting 60 seconds.
Mm,
Like you'd think it would be dragging, but
for
you'd
sure.
say like, oh, it's 4 a.m., it's 6 a.m. I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
really? Like, thank
I know.
God.
I
I was
know.
glad time was going fast, but I just remember never, whenever you'd say the time, I would never think it was what I thought it was.
No, not at all. Yeah, it got to 6 a.m. and especially in the Gold Coast here, everybody's up and at it quite early and people go to work quite early here. So I just remember thinking we if we need to go, I can almost guarantee we'll get stuck in traffic, like early morning traffic on the way to work. And then the guttural sounds coming out of you kept on getting louder
Oh
and
yeah.
louder and longer and more intense.
I remember the
And
noises, yeah.
I remember doing that counter pressure on your hips, and I was shaking. I had a mad pump at the end of it,
Yeah.
like before
You were
we
pressing
left. I
so
was
hard.
pressing so
And it
hard.
helped so much though. Like the harder you
Yeah,
press, the more it helped. So
I know.
I was like, do you know what? I don't fucking care if this is hard for him. I was like, he can cop it.
For sure. I mean, you're way to give birth. Like I was prepared to do anything I could, you
I
know.
remember the breathing as well. Like at the beginning, I remember just being like,
Mm.
just breathing normally, right? And then kind of an hour later, ooh. And then like an hour later, ooh. And then I just remember all of a sudden they were like these guttural, as you said, like animalistic, like I can't even do
Yeah,
it now, right?
yeah.
I had the sorest throat for like 2 or 3 days after birth, just because I was like roaring, like making these mad noises with my throat. Like it
Mm.
wasn't even coming from where you would normally talk. It was like just some vibration in my throat. Like it was crazy. And even to touch my neck after I'd given birth from the noises, I couldn't even touch my own neck because it was that
It
sore.
was
Because it
sore,
was
huh?
such an intense noise that I was making.
Yeah. And then
But yeah, the noises changed, didn't they? I remember them
yeah,
changing in
it's
myself and thinking, oh, that's cool.
yeah, as soon as the noises started getting more and more guttural, I rang the midwife.
I'd had a hot shower as well at one point.
Oh yeah,
That was
that
really
was another
nice.
good pain relief. But you were in between like having hot
A
showers,
good what?
pain relief.
Beep, 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 beep.
in relief.
You're a dickhead.
Um, it was soothing.
It was so, honestly, it was so that hot shower on my lower back. Oh my God. And then I remember it started getting cold. I thought, oh my God, the hot water's running out because I'd been in there for so long.
Yeah, it
We got
was.
out quickly, didn't we?
And then
But
between
yeah,
that, you'd end up going from really hot shower to then shivering cold, putting
mm,
your dressing gown on, and then 2 minutes later it'd be hot.
sweating. Yeah, it was weird.
So it was, yeah, it was quite the time. Anyway,
Bless my mum as well, by the way. She's here this
yeah,
whole time. Like she came into the bathroom at one point and was like, "Is everything okay?" And I was like, it was at the beginning, I was on the floor spewing down the toilet. I was like, "I think I'm in labor." She's like, "Yeah, I think so." And then she's just like, she knows that Lewis and I have got this mega birth plan and like we're fully equipped. So she didn't want to intervene. So she's just like pottering around in the background, like making sure we've got water and making Lewis a coffee in the morning and
yeah,
walking the
bless her.
dogs and just kind of checking in every now and then, seeing how things
Yeah,
are going and trying to keep herself calm as well. Because obviously, I can only imagine now as a mum, like it's worrying, like, oh my gosh, my daughter, there can be so many complications with childbirth.
yeah,
So yeah, she's just like teetering around in the background, isn't she, at this
yeah,
point?
she is, yeah. And then, yeah, it got to about 7 a.m. and I thought, oh, fuck, okay, like I think we need to make a move. I rang the midwife and I was like,
No, that is not what happened.
yeah,
I said, I need to push. And then you said, oh, fuck.
that's right. You said, I think I need to push. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah, I had this
I'm calling,
intense
yeah,
urge.
I'm calling the midwife. We need to go. And then the midwife on the phone was like, oh, I could easily come round and do like an exam. And I said, nope, we're coming in. It's
I
time.
was shaking my head. I remember hearing her say that and thinking, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Like, because I think she didn't want us to get to the hospital because it's 45 minutes away.
yeah,
I think she didn't want us to get there and then them examine me and maybe 1 centimeter dilated, so like far away, and then have to send me home. I think she was like, oh, I can come to the house. But I knew,
yeah,
like, I'm so in tune with my body. And I very much knew at this point if I was wanting to push
for sure.
after, 7 hours of contracting, having contractions, as often as we were, I was like,
Mm.
nah, there's no time for that. We actually don't have time to wait for her to come here
No,
and then have to go to the hospital afterwards still. Like
no, we
it's
didn't.
happening.
We absolutely didn't have time. So yeah, that's when we packed up the bags really quickly, chucked it in the car,
We already
and
had a
then
bag packed, but there was a few other bits to put in it, wasn't there?
yeah, there's
Like from the fridge, like snacks
yeah,
and
our snacks in a suitcase because we had no idea how long we would actually be in the hospital for. But got everything in and then set away on our journey. But not only that, Sarah was in the back seat on her hands and knees, no seatbelt, no
oh
nothing,
my
just
God, I could
like
not have sat down. That is not, it was honestly the worst car ride of my life. That was probably the worst part of labor, right? Like everything else, physiologically great.
yeah,
Like actually loved it. I'm excited to have baby number two. That car ride, I would not recommend a car ride um after I'd be like being so close to giving birth,
yeah,
essentially. Like, oh my God. Yeah, I was on all fours in the back. And then I was like kneeling, facing the seat with my hands on the headrest, if you can visualize that. And I don't know what I was wearing, right? I planned my leaving the hospital outfit, my in hospital outfit, Cece's outfits. I thought about swim shorts for you and everything because we were having a water. Did not think about what I was going to wear to the hospital. So I'm literally
no,
in really tight activewear
yeah,
shorts
that was my fault.
and your t-shirt. No, your jumper, which was massive and didn't barely fit over my bump.
That's
And it
right.
was so uncomfortable. So I remember at one point, like, like sitting on one bum cheek, basically, like really uncomfortable in the back. And like I was holding my leggings away from my bump because they were digging in. And obviously, like my tummy's contracting. So it's already quite uncomfortable. And my mum realized like that I was sat there holding my leggings away from me. So she was like reaching around in the back to pull them away herself. So she sat like that for like 10 minutes, which like twisted, like would have
Mm.
been so uncomfortable just so that I didn't have to hold my own leggings, bless
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
But yeah, that was a wild ride. And again, like I barely opened my eyes. Like I tried to keep myself in the zone.
in the
I was
zone.
really trying to focus on my breath, but also I was like, don't push. Do not, whatever you do, push. Even though my entire being was saying push,
Mm.
I had to remind myself that it was probably not a good idea because it was going to end up being a birth in the car, like the freaking movies.
Yeah,
So yeah, the entire time, just like breathe, stay calm, don't push, don't push, don't push, don't push. Oh my God, I really want to push, but don't push.
yeah. And then getting stuck in a little bit of traffic. It wasn't actually too bad.
You said it was raining as well. Again, I have
It
no
was
idea.
raining. We got stuck in a bit of traffic. I ran a red light to get there faster.
You never got a ticket for
We
that.
never got a ticket, I know, which was great.
Yeah, thank God.
Um, and then pulled up to the hospital. literally just threw it in. There's like certain specific spaces in the hospital where you can throw it in and leave it for 10 minutes, and the security guard actually is absolutely fine with it, which is great. So you can just move the car after. So threw it in, and then all three of us went upstairs. Well, tried to go upstairs into the hospital, and I think you had two contractions on the way there.
Yeah, I had one in the entrance of the
Yeah,
hospital,
yeah.
literally in the food court in
Which is
front
the
of
food court.
everyone.
Yeah.
So I'm waddling around. I think I had Crocs on, these leggings pulled down under my bum, Lewis's jumper that was like way too tight on me, and I'm like doing that mad noise, like I think I was like leaning over a handrail or something.
Yeah, you
I was
were.
like waddling as well, like I just could not walk properly because
Yeah.
obviously everything was shifting.
Yeah. And then
Another one at the
we
reception,
had
wasn't
another
it?
one at reception, and then some. I remember a lady offering a
Wheelchair.
wheelchair, and I was like, absolutely not,
No, I could not sit
no
down.
chance. And then we made it upstairs finally into the birthing suite, which was very dark. It was very nice. It was very chilled out. We had dim lights, and the first thing we needed to do was get a little exam just to gauge where we were
Oh
actually
no,
at.
I walked in and I said, I want to go in the bath. That was all I said. I saw was like eyes closed. Like they'd set up the room for us as well. Like the midwife knew what we wanted. So they'd like made sure it was all dark and they had a couple of candles lit in there and
Yeah,
made it like super cozy. And I just was like, I want to go in the bath. And then our midwife was like, oh, we kind of just would like to do an exam first, if that's okay. Like obviously checking for consent and stuff.
for sure.
Because they don't like you to go in the bath until it's like the end,
Yeah,
basically. So I was like,
because
yeah, that's fine. Like just see where I'm at kind of thing.
yeah, the whole concept around being in or birthing in a bath is pain relief. So it's like because you're essentially floating, there's less gravity to actually pull you down. So baby can come out a bit easier,
It
I guess.
also helps with tearing as well, because
Yeah,
obviously like the warm water on your perineum can
yeah.
help to stop the tearing, and it's less impact for baby as well coming out.
True, yeah. So we got the exam done, and then the midwife was like, "Do you want to know where you're at?" And I said, "No,
No, we
don't tell
both said
us."
no. Yeah, because we'd already
Yeah,
decided we didn't want to know in
said,
case she
"Don't
said
tell
one
us."
centimeter, which you're supposed to be 10. So if they'd
Yeah.
said one, I would have been so disheartened after like all those contractions and thinking I was ready. And
Mhm.
then they said 1 centimeter, I would have been like, oh, are you kidding? Like ages to go. So we both said no. Baby's just woken up, by the way, and she's just like wriggling all over the place.
Yeah,
So
she is.
bear with us, guys.
And they needed some time to fill up the bath. So I suggested to Sarah to go into the shower again, which we did.
Oh, and brilliant. There's like
And
no temperature control on the shower in there. So
nope.
you can go as hot as you want
Yep.
and it doesn't run out. So that was phenomenal. I was in there for like another 25 minutes
Yep.
in the dark as
In the
well.
dark, just using her breath. We had a couple of contractions in there, which were getting closer and closer. And then eventually, in between the contractions, we got Sarah into the bath.
Which at first, like, I wasn't amazed by because the water felt cold compared to how hot I'd had the shower.
Mm.
And like the pressure of the shower as well on my lower back, that was really nice. And then when I got into this like lukewarm, it wasn't, but like it felt lukewarm water that wasn't moving or like creating any pressure on my back. I was like, this isn't going to work. Like, I think I need to get out and go back in the shower, is what I was thinking. But then as soon as I had a contraction, I was like, oh, actually, that was way less intense than they have been.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I think I'm going to stay in here.
Yeah. And we were in there for a grand total of
41 minutes.
41 minutes.
So I remember saying, can I push? And our midwife just saying, just listen to your body, whatever your body's telling you. And I was like, oh my God, my body's been telling me to push for the last hour. Like, I'm pushing.
So I need to go.
Yeah, I think I pushed a little bit in the shower as well. I remember like not fighting it anymore. And
Okay.
I did push a bit in the shower. But yeah, then as soon as I was in the bath, I was like, it's time to go.
It's time to go. And then the midwives kept on just having a couple of checks with some flashlights.
So I was like on my knees with my hands on the side of this big round pool. And they put a mirror, like a small mirror, like under me basically to see if baby's head's coming, and they like would shine a torch every now and then just to see what was going on down there. Because obviously I didn't want to have any lights on and we wanted to keep it like nice and dark and cozy in there. But yeah, like what an experience, like just to feel the shifts in my body, like I could feel her head coming down, like it's just insane. Like, and I remember at one point like getting really emotional, and because like I said, we've done all that birth education, I remember them saying that when you get to that point, like you're near the end, like that's like baby's coming kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's because you have like a surge,
It's a big
of
rush of yeah.
oxytocin,
Yeah.
and then you obviously get a huge surge of adrenaline as well.
Yeah.
So I remember when that happened, just before Sienna was born, um, getting that rush and just this huge shift in me. I went from being like so calm and quiet and barely saying anything to Lewis to like, is that a baby's head between my legs? Oh my God, I can't believe a baby there.
It wasn't even that. It was after. It wasn't that. It was after.
No, if you watch the video, it happens before as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I say, oh, can you see her head, Lewis? And you say, yeah, her head is there. And I say, oh,
Yeah.
she's looking at her daddy. I
It
start
was
chatting away.
it was crazy though. So I got into the birthing pool
Like at the very end,
at the
right?
very end. And
After soaking me with a cold flannel
yeah,
for half an hour, which was phenomenal, and just
yeah,
tickling my back, and
yeah,
which I thought might annoy me, but it didn't.
yeah. Got into the birthing pool and then stood behind Sarah just checking on Bub. And Sienna's head popped out.
I
I
didn't pop out. I pushed it out. I can
well,
show you.
can you just let
there
me
was
tell the story?
there was no popping. It's our story.
She came out, her face came out, and then she did a crying face. She turned and looked at me, did a crying face, and then went completely straight faced. Like it was the freakiest thing I've seen
Under the water as well.
under the water. And she was like, yeah, it was just the strangest thing. And then
She pooped.
literally she pooed as she came out. So I think
It was just before.
I think it was two pushes. Oh, you did one push and then she pooped,
Yeah.
and then you did another push and then she came out.
Yeah. So when she pooed, the midwife then had to suggest that I stand up to give birth to her because if there's poo in the water and she's born in the water and she takes her first, she literally just pooed then.
Yeah, she did.
She literally just did a shit. This is parenthood and trying to do a podcast, guys. Oh dear, that's hilarious. I wondered why she was so wriggly. It's because she was trying to squeeze out a stinker.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they're not stinky. Um, where was I? Oh yeah, the midwife was basically saying that if baby is born underwater when there's poo and she takes her first breath under the water, then she can get that poop in her lungs and it can be really bad. So she was like, the hospital recommends that now you would birth your baby outside. She's still pooing. This is really intense.
Or to stand up to give birth, even if it was in the bath.
She said, yeah, just stand.
And
but she's like, it's just a recommendation. It's up to you. I think you're still just going to have your baby in like 30 seconds. So, and that's when you intervened.
That's when I was like, no, we're having a baby in the bath. Like,
she was literally about to come out. Coming, like, so. Yeah, she was there.
And then one or two pushes later, I caught Sienna in between Sarah's legs.
He's like stood behind me. Yeah, so and she obviously comes out from behind.
Yeah, so I'm stood behind Sarah. And then Sienna comes out. I pushed her forward. So Sarah could grab her.
That feeling, oh my god!
She honestly felt like a slippery bit of calamari.
I meant emotionally.
Oh, sorry, but she did.
I know what you mean, though. Like I know exactly what you mean.
Slippery calamari, sort of rubbery thing. It was really
rubbery. Yeah,
it was a really funny texture.
I guess like they've been in water for 9 months. Like imagine imagine what that would do to our skin if we were in water for 9 months.
Raisin.
Oh yeah, maybe we wouldn't be smooth and slimy. We'd be wrinkly and raisin-like. But yeah, I meant emotionally though, like just seeing your baby come out, and then obviously you've got the oxytocin rush that just comes in, and I watch the video back all the time because we actually recorded it, and it's just it makes me cry every time. Like it's such a magical feeling. Like after going through all that, it was 9 hours in the end that we were in labor for from the beginning to when she was born. I'm like, I just can't explain it. Literally, there aren't words. There should be a special word for that feeling of like a mum meeting her baby for the first time because it's such a significant moment.
Euphoria comes.
Yeah, euphoria. Oh my god, her poo actually smells.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it? After saying they don't stink, this one's a bit of a stinky one.
Poopy bum.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was like a euphoric feeling.
And then that was when I started getting even more chatty.
Yeah, I burst into tears.
Yeah, you cried. I was crying as well, and I remember just saying, "My baby, this is my baby."
I know, and that was before we even found out if she was a boy or a girl.
Yeah, I didn't know. None of us knew whether she was a boy or girl. So I was saying, my baby," not like my baby girl, my baby boy, because we didn't know. No. Do you want to say hi, Cece? Do you want to say hi to the listeners?
Say hi, yeah.
say hi.
She almost headbutted.
She's 3 months old, so she definitely can't say hi. But I was hoping she might give a squeak or something, but never mind.
Never mind.
Um, yeah, and then that was really when the adrenaline kicked in, and I was chatting everyone's ear off, like, oh my god, so my best friend, she just had a baby as well, and her baby had a really big head, and oh my god, I can't, oh, we're gonna call it Sienna. Like it was like manic.
Literally, the comparison between you in labor and not in labor was just chalk and cheese. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
I remember you saying you were a bit like, is she okay? Like, did we break her? Is she
Yeah.
broken? Like, what is this?
I was really confused.
Yeah.
It's like that delusional phase. After I don't know, it was really
Say hi, baby. Say hi. Oh, that was good.
say hiya,
Say hi, listeners.
hiya.
She's thinking about
Yeah, she is.
it. She just woke up from a very short nap. However long this episode has been is however long she's napped for. So not long enough for a little baby. Why did you wake up?
We thought we'd chance our luck by getting a little podcast in before baby woke up.
This is it now. Yeah, we're just gonna try and time it all with Sienna. Do you want to say something? You look like you really want to say something. You want to touch the microphone? That's probably not a good idea. That might not sound very nice in the listeners' ears.
So yeah, that's pretty much. What else happened?
Oh, I had to birth a placenta.
Yeah.
Which obviously, like, people seem to forget, like, you have to push out your placenta as well. Like, it's not just, oh, Finley, the dog is licking her feet. That's cute. Yeah, you obviously have to push that out as well. And we wanted to do that naturally too and leave the cord attached until the placenta was birthed. Until I birthed the placenta. So the midwife was like, oh, it's actually a good position to sit on the toilet. So they put like puppy pads everywhere and towels and things, and then said sit upright on the toilet and like try and birth the placenta on there.
Yeah.
So I think I sat there for like an hour with baby poo on my forehead.
Yeah.
Because when babies come out, they do this sticky black poo, which is called meconium, right? And it was absolutely everywhere. It was on my forehead, like. Yeah, it's not like normal poo. It doesn't smell like normal poo. It's just like this black sticky liquid, basically. It's like tar, yeah. So I'm sitting on the toilet for like an hour with this poop on my head, and the midwife comes in and she's like, "Oh, it's been an hour. You know how are you going? Like, have you tried to push?" And I was like, "Oh no." And I pushed, and it just literally came out. Like it wasn't intense at all. It wasn't a struggle. It wasn't painful or anything like that. You just, I can even describe it as like an organ coming out your vagina. Yeah. Which sounds bizarre, and I'm making it sound normal. That must sound crazy to people that haven't given birth. Yeah. But it was fine. It wasn't anything really. But yeah, I didn't realize you were supposed to push. So I've been sitting there for an hour, like, oh, when's it gonna fall out or come out? And then I gave one little push, and it was like done. But then we took a photo of her because, like I said, we kept the cord attached, right? So there's a photo of her with her cord attached to her placenta, which I think is a really cool picture. I think it's a cool photo. I'm glad we did it. It's for some people, like I've got a friend who I tried to show it to in April, and she was like, absolutely not. Like, no, I do not want to see that. But I'm like, I think that's the coolest thing. It's cool. Like I grew that organ
and the baby
and the cord, like everything in that image was inside my body, and I grew that for 9 months. Yeah. And then pushed it out, like that baby came up my vagina.
If you really want to see it, we can send it to you.
Yeah, if you really want to see it, we'll send.
Drop us a message.
And then I had to have 2 tiny stitches. Yeah. Because apparently I had what they call bilateral tears. Yeah. And they were 2 tiny tears, but they said because they were like either side of my vagina, they can fuse together.
Yeah, they were on your inner labias.
Yeah. And they said they can fuse together. And I was like, what? So my vagina literally would be sealed up? Like, I don't think so. So then they did 2 tiny stitches, and we had no pain relief or anything throughout. I didn't want anything, didn't have anything, literally just used the power of my breath. And as she's about to do the stitches, she's like, oh, do you want gas and air? I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, I literally just pushed a baby out of my vagina. Yeah, exactly, Sienna. And you asking me if I want pain relief now? Like, how bad is this going to be? And she said, oh, it can sting a little bit for 60 seconds while we're numbing it. And I thought, really? Yeah, I thought, I'm going to be fine. I think I can handle this. And it was fine.
Yeah.
And then we were home within 6 hours.
Yeah, we were, which is crazy. We put Sienna down on the couch and thought, cool, this is life now.
This is life. And like people talk about the drive home being really daunting. Like, you've got this baby in the car and you're thinking, what the hell do we do with this baby? And like, oh my God, like I can't believe that we have a baby now. And, what do we do next? But I just remember being like, this is just normal. Okay. This is our baby.
Yeah.
This is good. Feeling really calm. And I think it's because we'd had such a calm, natural, unmedicated birth.
Yep.
Like
No,
we'd had all the normal cascade of hormones and
yeah,
everything just, yeah,
it just
it
flowed
was
very
good,
well.
wasn't it, baby? Oh,
Pardon you.
big burp. I don't know if you could if it'll heal that, but she just did a
No.
little burp. You're just
Pardon
showing
you.
them
No.
all your extreme noises, aren't you? You're pooping and you're burping and your little squeaks and oh, she's just so delicious.
She is.
And now we're parents.
I know. And it's been the wildest ride. It's been a great learning curve. I'd
Yeah,
highly recommend people have kids,
10
that's
out
for
of 10.
sure. Like, really
10
recommend
out of
it.
10. But yeah, birth, to summarize, it doesn't have to be something to be scared of.
No.
It can be a really beautiful, positive experience if you have the right support around you.
Yep.
My mum got to see Sienna being born as well, and then having her at home for 2 weeks post birth,
Which really helpful.
it was incredible. Like she was, yeah, you miss Nanny, don't you?
Yeah, you missed Mannequin.
Yeah, it was like the most incredible thing to have my mum witness the birth of her grandchild, and then obviously her help afterwards was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was great,
It was
wasn't
great.
it, Sienna? Yeah.
So yeah, just wrapping that up as well. Like, there's a lot that you can control, and just remember it's all your choice as well.
Yeah, like everything the hospital asks, do you want
Yeah,
this or we're going to do this? You can say no.
yeah,
Like genuinely everything that they obviously you want to know the risks. So what's the benefits? Are there any alternatives? What's your intuition telling you? Like consider all those kind of things.
remember the acronym?
Yeah, brain.
Brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, but you can say no. You can still say no. If your intuition is saying, I don't want this episiotomy, as I said, where they cut you from your bum to your vagina,
yeah,
I just want to wait a bit longer. Like
yeah,
you can say no. It is your body, it is your choice.
exactly. Stay in control. And this is a good point as well for partners to step in when or if your partner is in labor. It's your responsibility to then step in if you guys have made a plan together to say no when people ask you. You know, your partner might not be, she's in the depths of managing her contractions. So it's your responsibility to step up and control the situation
Yeah.
along.
Oxytocin is the hormone that like helps birth to progress. And you want to stay in that oxytocin bubble while you're in labor. So, like, essentially, you don't want to be having to talk to the white men in coat, the white men, the men in, well, it could be white men, the men in white coats to answer questions, that are going to take you out of that focus, that zone that I was talking about. Because being in that zone, like I said, is what brings on oxytocin, the hormone that you need to progress your labor. So, any of those kind of conversations, like partners do that because it's only going to slow down your partner's labor if she's expected to then answer the questions and come out of the bubble.
Exactly. So, on that note, guys, we will wrap up for the day, for the podcast,
For
for
the
the day.
day, we're going to
Wow,
bed now,
where
are
did
we?
that go? I'm knackered.
I'm
Yeah,
sure Sienna would love to go to
I
bed.
know. So yeah, we're gonna wrap up this episode. We are back. We are gonna actively do more podcasts,
Yeah,
and
you might just have to bear with us with this little squeaky one,
for
but
sure,
she's adorable.
if
It's
you don't
great.
mind, cute little baby squeaks here and there during an episode, just like that, then yeah, this podcast isn't for you. So we'll wrap up there and see you guys in the next one.
Say bye, Cece.